The reason why I'm so heavy on supply and demand zones for this particular reason. Supply and demand zones shows me where the buyers are and where the sellers are. So if I want to identify what's going on in the market, I first need to understand where is everyone at in the market. Okay, so you want to be able to identify your zones. That's why I want everybody to feel comfortable identifying where supply zones are and where demand zones are. Okay, supply and demand zones. I'm going to break down a few examples for you today about where the supply zones are, where the demand zones are, and why finding out where these items are, how it's going to be able to change your life, how you're going to be able to make money in the stock market. Today, for example, that play that I was telling you about, that I got into that play and then I got stopped out. I got into that play at a 1 hour demand zone. As soon as I got stopped out, my stop loss was a little bit too close. Boom, it shot up out that 1 hour demand zone and went straight up. Eventually it came back down, but it shot out of that demand zone and went straight up. When I got into my first play where I made the $950, I played that play out of a what? Out of supply zone. It went into the supply zone, fell out of the supply zone, went back into the supply zone, fell out of the supply zone again, went back into the supply zone. Then that last time, boom, it shot all the way down, $950 profit. All because I understood where a supply zone and a demand zone was at. Okay? Now, I want you guys to follow me on this, okay? Everybody, listen close to what I'm about to say. When you're in a demand zone, you do not buy puts, everybody. Do not buy puts in a demand zone, okay? When you're in a supply zone, you do not buy calls in a supply zone, okay? Especially when you're starting off. As you start becoming a more experienced trader, you can kind of finagle with those things just in case you see something here or see something there, okay? But I want you to understand and get comfortable of knowing these things right here is when I'm in a demand zone, I'm not thinking about puts. So the only thing that should be on my mind is a call entry. And when I'm in a supply zone, I'm not thinking about calls, and the only thing that should be on my mind is what? Puts, not calls. Okay? Now, what this is going to do and how it's going to help you in the long term is this. It's going to help you win more trades out of these zones than you lose them. Okay? And the reason why I say that is this. When you're in a demand zone, if the stock comes to the demand zone 5 times, and out of those 5 times, it only takes 1 time for it to break through. Okay? It only takes 1 time for it to break through that demand zone. Once it breaks through that demand zone, it's gone, right? But the other 4 times that it was in that demand zone, it bounced out of the demand zone and went up. So that tells you that you won about 3 to 4 times, only lost once. What does that do for your psyche? What does that do for your mental state? What does that do for your trading win rate? It increases your win rate. It increases your psyche because now you have that understanding of when a stock comes to this 1 hour or 4 hour or 1 year, 1 day time frame out of demand zone. It's a strong possibility that it's going to bounce out. It's a higher probability that it's going to bounce out, and it's probably it only has to break through 1 time for it to go through it. So you have to say, okay, winning 4 out of 5 times, is that worth it? Okay, winning 4 out of 5 times, is that worth it? Does that make sense? If it makes sense, let me know in the chat if it makes sense, and I'm going to give you some examples of it as well. Okay, perfect. So let's look right here on the screen right quick. I want to show you guys something. Okay, so right here on my screen, let me share. Okay, you all can see that on my screen. Oh, my laptop about to die. 1 second. All right. Can you all see that on my screen?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right, here we go. 1 second. All right. So right here on my screen, everybody, this red area, this is trading view, okay? I want everybody to get comfortable using trading view. Okay, this red area right here, it shows you supply zones. Okay, it shows you supply zones. So right here, if I have a supply zone right here, 1 second. What's wrong with my screen? Okay, there we go. Okay, so right here on my screen, we have, there we go. I clear the draw. There we go. We good now. So right here on my screen, this red area right here, everybody, this is a supply zone. And this supply zone started right here. So look what happened. The stock came into this location. Boom, it fell down. Fell out of supply zone. Mary J. Blige, right? And then look what happens. It bounced and went right back into the supply zone. When it went into that supply zone again, what happened again? It rejected out of that supply zone again and fell all the way down. Let's see where it stopped. It fell all the way down. Okay? So what I want you to understand is this. This stock came into the supply zone once, twice, and pushed down. Okay? So if you would have took the second time it came into the supply zone right here, got into that trade, you would have made profit right here. All because you understood that we had a supply zone, a 1 hour supply zone right there. Everybody, when I tell you identifying supply and demand zones is going to be the most important thing, in my personal opinion, that you guys recognize and start understanding and start identifying, okay? Because once you identify this, you can pinpoint these out every single time. Okay, so what do we know is going to happen? It's 100% fact that we know something's going to happen. Eventually, this stock is going to come back to this supply zone. We know it's going to happen. This stock is going to come back to the supply zone. When this stock comes back to the supply zone right here, we understand that we need this stock to break above this top line right here to be able to start going back up for calls. But as long as we sit inside of this red area, we're just doing what? We're making this move back down that much stronger. So if you're someone that's going to be trading, I want you to learn and identify where these zones are, because your next trade is going to happen up here. Or your next big trade, I'm going to say, is going to happen in this area right here. Because why do we know that? Because we know that there's buyers right there. And right here, sellers right here. And once the sellers, this stock comes back into this area right here. Once the sellers see, hey, the stock's back up here. If the sellers push this back down, it's going to go down again. And what you're going to do is you're going to make profit again. Okay? Supply and demand zones. That's the 1 hour time frame. This is SPY. Let's go to the 4 hour time frame. 4 hour time frame now. Okay? Look at this 4 hour time frame. Look at this demand zone on the 4 hour time frame. Okay? This 4 hour time frame demand zone started February the 5th, 2024. February the 5th, 2024. It started right here. Okay? So if you're a trader and you identified, hey, we have a demand zone that started on February the 4th. Okay? So now the stock runs up. It's in Big Mama's house, remember? The buyers are buying it up. Buying, 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 and then boom, it explodes and go up. When that stock explodes and go up, what do we know, everybody? We know that it's a strong possibility that that stock is going to do what? What is it going to do? Put it in the chat. What is that stock going to do?
Come back down.
There you go. It's going to come back down to where, Marvin? To this demand zone. Now, we know this. So we're doing what? We're waiting on this particular play. If you say, oh, I think I missed this first play right here. Now it's like, let's not go chasing that first play we missed. We've already identified the entry point zone where the buyers are. Let's wait till the stock comes back down here to us. I don't care if it takes 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, 7 days. If you want to wait for that big play, you wait till it comes back down. And what happened when it came back down, everybody? What happened as soon as it came back down?
Went back up.
Went back up. Came right here into this demand zone right here. Boom, boom, boom. Went right back up. Okay? Right back up. And then when it went right back up, everybody, what did it do next? It fell right back down. And where did it fall to, everybody? Right back to that what? Demand zone. And what did it do again, everybody? Boom. Shot up and went crazy. Everybody, once again, I'm going to keep saying this over and over tonight. I need you. I want you. I'm begging you to learn how to identify the zones where the buyers are and where the sellers are. In other words, identify where your support and your supply and where your demand zones are. Okay? Now, let me go right here. Erase this. Okay? Let me go to the 1 year, 1 day time frame. Okay? This right here is the 1 year, 1 day time frame. Okay? I want you guys to take a look at this. It's the same story over and over and over. All right? Right here. Demand zone was created. Okay? The demand zone was created. The stock pushed up. The stock fell down. And where did the stock come back to, everybody? Where did the stock come back to? It came right back to what? The demand zone. And when it came to that demand zone, what did it do? It took off and went crazy to the upside. Look how crazy it went to the upside, everybody. Let me erase this. Okay, so it's right here. Fell back down to the demand zone. And then from here, it went from 468 and it ran all the way to basically 500. All because of a supply and a demand zone. Okay, then let's keep going, digging deeper, a little bit deeper. Right here, same thing. The stock fell back down right here, created a demand zone. It pushed up, came back into the demand zone, flew out the demand zone. Now the stock is at $510. Went from $496 to $510. Okay? So now I'm going to ask you this question, everybody. Right now, Edward said before class started that, hey, he's noticed that people are selling. People are selling. People are selling. Everybody, where is the first location this stock will try to revisit when it falls back down? Somebody tell me in the chat. Where do you think this stock will try to revisit if it falls back down?
Demand zone.
The demand zone. Right here, everybody. Right here between 497 and 490. It's a $7 zone. And then once we drill down to the 1 hour time frame, the 4 hour time frame, we'll get more information about this zone right here. But what we understand is when this market does pull back, it's potentially going back down at least to 497. Because that's where the 1 year, 1 day demand zone is sitting at. And that is a strong, 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 strong demand zone. Okay? Let me stop right there right quick. Any questions? Any questions before we move forward? All right. Good stuff. Everybody, what we're focusing on right now is understanding why we want to know how to identify these zones. Because once you identify the zones, now you can focus on everything else that's in between the zones. Okay? Now, let's watch this for a second. Let's go back to the 4 hour time frame. Okay? Let's go back to the 4 hour time frame right here. Okay? I want you guys to ask yourself a question, right? I want you to ask yourself a question. What makes a supply and demand zone? What makes it a zone? Does anybody know? Does anybody know?
Keep going back to the same spot.
Say it again. I'm sorry.
Something keep going back and forth to the same area.
Yep, that's a good answer. Okay. Let's go a little bit deeper. What makes it they push up and down? Yep, that's correct as well. But there's something special that makes this line as a demand zone. So look right here. You see right here, everybody, on right here where I'm circling it right now. Let me put the circle around it, or the square. Right here, the demand zone was created. Okay. If we move up, right here, a demand zone was created. Move up right here, a demand zone was created. Come over here, a demand zone was created. How was those demand zones created? Yep, Carlos, buyers pushing it up. Okay. How was those demand zones created? What signal told us that, hey, this is a demand zone?
Consolidation.
That's a good one too. Yep. But let me show you exactly, right? Look right here. Let's focus on this first one right here first. So, Chris, how do I identify these demand zones? Look right here, everybody. We see that we have a stock right here. And we see right here how it came right here, right? This stock came up here and stopped, and it formed a level of resistance. Y'all see that resistance right there? Does everybody agree this is resistance? It came to this level and it just stopped completely, correct? Okay. I'm going to put a line right there so we can actually see it. So it came right here to this level. And it just stopped completely. Y'all see that? And when it stopped completely, what did it do next? It started to push down. Push down, push down, push down, push down, push down. Then it stopped right there. There you go, Miss Steele. Exactly. It made a new high. So when it pushed down right here, everybody, look what happens next. The stock starts to push up. Right now, this spot is not a demand zone. It's 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 not a demand zone. Boom. It's a demand zone now. What changed to make this a demand zone, everybody? What changed that made this turn into a demand zone? This area right here did not become a demand zone until this goal line was broken. When that goal line was broken, that's when the stock actually became a demand zone, because it took out the previous high. Okay? It took out this previous level of resistance. This previous level of resistance right here, this previous high right here, it took it out and broke above that line. Therefore, it created this area as a demand zone. And now we know that the buyers started buying in right here and they drove the price up past this previous level right here. If that makes sense, put a 1 in the chat. So make sure you guys put a 1 in the chat if it makes sense. Okay, let's keep going. Let's go to the next one. Okay, this is the next blue area we have. Okay, same things right here. There was a high created right here. So we have this high right here. The stock was coming up, boom, boom, boom. Then it stopped right here. Then it fell down right here, boom, boom, boom. And then next thing you know, this stock went up, 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 broke above this level right here. Therefore, this level right here became a demand zone. Okay, let's keep going. Let's find another one. Let's find the next one. The next one is right here. Sorry. Yep, right here. Okay. This stock ran up. This stock ran up right here. Made a high. It came up, rejected, hit resistance. When it hit resistance, it fell back down here. And then next thing you know, the buyers started to buy. We at Big Mama's house. The buyers are buying, the buyers are buying, the buyers are buying, the buyers are buying, the buyers are buying. Boom! Explosion above this orange area. What did it do? It took out that previous high. It took out this previous level of resistance. Everybody, this is how you identify a demand zone. When it takes out that previous level, that candlestick that did that first initial push up is the zone where the buyers are at. Everybody, if you want to start making money, you're identifying your supply and demand zones. But while you're identifying these zones, what's truly taking place is you're identifying where the buyers and where the sellers are. As long as you know where the buyers and sellers are, you have a fighting chance. Okay? All right? Now let's go find another one. The next one right here. The next one is right here. Okay? We see strong push up. Boom, boom, boom. Strong push up. We see it hit what? Hit a brick wall, right? Hit resistance. Let's come right here. Draw that line across for resistance. The stock does what? The stock falls back down, basically into the previous demand zone, and then boom, pushes up, going up, going up, going up. It breaks through, breaking this previous high, breaking that previous resistance area, and makes new highs. Another demand zone is formed. Okay? All right. So now, if the current state of the market, or just any type of market, any stock that you're trading, now you can always go back and say, now that you understand where these zones are, now you can just go back and say, okay, let's see what's going on in the 4-hour time frame. All right. Right now, and also what I want you guys to realize, let me show you guys this as well. Every line, every line that we drew going across, every orange line that we drew going across, those lines are now key levels for us to understand, because they're key levels of support and resistance. So as this stock right here starts to fall back down, the first place I'm looking at for it to fall down to is this orange line right here. So everybody, tomorrow, if the stock falls down, hopefully tomorrow it happens, the stock falls down, it's a strong possibility the stock will fall down to this orange line right there and completely stop. Completely stop when it gets to this orange line. Why is that, Chris? Because we understand. Once we understand where our zones are, i.e. demand zones and supply zones, now we can piece together the remaining story about what's going on inside of our zones. I hope this is making sense. Okay. So now when the stock starts to fall down right here, boom, 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 coming down, it's going to come right here and it's going to stop at this zone right, at this level right here. Why? Because it was a strong level of resistance right there, strong level of resistance right there, and it was support right here. So now we're going to go back here and retest this level. Let me stop right there. Any questions so far? Any questions so far? Okay, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Now, if I'm a trader, okay, if I'm a trader and the stock comes to this level right here and it breaks through this level, is that an opportunity for me to get in, yes or no? As soon as it breaks through that level, is that an opportunity for me to get in, yes or no?
No.
Tell me why you say no.
Have to do a retest?
My man, exactly. Each level needs a retest. So when this stock decides to come down here, which it probably will, and boom, come to this level and break through, what we need to see before we enter into this trade is what? Break through, come back, attempt to break back above it, and fall back down. And from there, where is our next stop, everybody? Somebody tell us our next stop.
Demand zone.
Demand zone. Right here. And I'm going to ask the question. Hopefully you guys see it. And what's the strongest point inside of this demand zone, given what you see on the screen right now?
The gold line.
There you go. Price is going to be attracted to this gold line inside of the demand zone. Okay? Chris, why is that? Once again, back here, it was resistance. Ever since then, you can see price is attracted to this gold line. See how it kind of hovers around this gold line? Right here, it broke through. Right here is hovering around this gold line. Right here is hovering around this gold line. Right here is hovering around this gold line. It's hovering around this gold line. So when the stock comes back down here, if it makes it back down here, it's going to come somewhere around this 496 area. Everyone, I will be one to tell you that 496 area is a great area. So if you have a notebook and you're keeping notes, you should be writing down, okay, strong area of support and it's inside of a demand zone, 496 spot. I want to see what price does around that 496 spot. Okay? These are the type of things, everybody, that you're going to start doing every single night. And every single night when you get off work and you come home, or every single day when you're looking at the market, you're going to start looking at the stock market and breaking down these particular things, and you're going to already know your play before you even get into the play, before the market even opens the next day. The market is about being prepared and being ready. Okay? The market is about being prepared and being ready for your play. Not going to find a play, but being able to take your play when the play presents itself. Okay, y'all good with that? All right. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. And once again, everybody, this is how you pay that mortgage, light bill, gas bill, phone bill every single month. By identifying these things. The market is a patience man game, man and woman game. Okay? All right, and this is the 4-hour time frame. I focus heavily on the 1-hour time frame, the 4-hour time frame, and the 1 year, 1 day time frame when it comes to identifying the zones where the buyers and sellers are. Okay? I'm gonna stop right here again. Any questions?
Yeah, I got a question, Chris.
Yep, go ahead, brother.
All right, so let's say it comes down to the demand zone, like you're hoping it to, and then after that, if you get in the cause, where are you aiming for it to go to, back up?
You tell me. I want you to think about it. You tell me.
Somewhere above that gold line.
Yep, and tell me why you say that.
Because, I mean, that's like resistance. But it's.
No, you're on the right track. You're on the right track. Good stuff. That's perfect. Because this is the last 2 times we bounced out of a demand zone. Let me show it to you. Where did we go? Where is it? Here we go. Where did we go? We came right there to that goal line, correct? Came back into that demand zone. Where did we go? Right back to that goal line, correct? Came back to the demand zone. Where did we go? And pause for a second. Right there at that what? Goal line. So you treat it exactly the same. When it comes back down here to this goal line, to this demand zone area, you're looking for a play right here to this goal line. I'll be taking profits right there, or I'll be shredding some of my contracts off right there and leaving some runners in. And then from there, we want the market to tell us and show us, hey, we're going to break through. And when we break through, we want it to come back and do a what? Retest. And from the retest, we keep on pushing back up. Do you see how that play? Do you see that story? Do you see how that maps out and plays out?
Yeah, I see it now. I was just too busy thinking it was going to go higher. So that's why I didn't even look at the line, really.
No,
but yeah, that makes sense.
And it can go higher. You see what I'm saying? It can go higher, but we're not fortune tellers, right? So the only thing that we can focus on is we know it only over the past 1, 2, 3, right? 3 times or 4 times. Only 1 out of those 4 times did the stock break above this level and come up here, right? So what that's telling me is the data is telling me, hey, Chris, out of the last 4 times this stock has fallen down and bounced out of a demand zone above this 490 area, the stock has come to this 504 area. It broke above this 504 area 1 time. So 3 times, Chris, it has came to this 504 area, right? Or 2 times it came to the 504 area and fell down, and only 1 time has it broke above. Okay?
That's true.
So I'm going to be more so saying, hey, those 2 times it fell down, only 1 time it broke above, I'm gonna go with the 2 times. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I lock in my profits and be 100% sure. Okay? So if you lock in profits, you're good to go. If it does break above, you get yourself together and get into a call position. Because we know that this thing is going back up to test this all-time high, this 510. Make sense?
Yeah, appreciate it.
No problem. Okay.
But Chris.
Yes, sir.
Chris, so this same example you're talking about, where was your contract? Where did you pick up your contract?
You will pick up your contracts down here in the demand zone around this goal line. You will want to see what the price action would be looking like first. Okay, so when I say price action, this is what I mean by price action. Take a look right here. You see how this stock came down right here and it just hung around this goal line? It's just hanging around this goal line, hanging around this goal line, hanging around this goal line. It's not falling all the way through and going down. It's not bouncing up and going up. It's just hanging around this goal line. The longer that if this stock comes down here to this demand zone and it hangs around this demand zone, what we have right here, and hang around this goal line, it's a strong possibility that this stock is going to bounce and go back up. Because the stock has been attracted, or the buyers have been attracted to this goal line, and the stock just comes around this goal line and hang around there for a couple of days and then go crazy.
Well, if you are, I thought you were saying though that you already had, you were watching the action, but you were already holding some call options.
Oh no.
You were looking when to take profits on those.
You mean to the upside or to the downside?
Well, I guess if it was a call option, then to the
upside. Exactly. So what we're looking at is we're waiting. We're not going to wait. We can be in puts if it come down here, right? But when it comes down to this area right here, we're saying, hey, this may be a great opportunity to enter in on calls to take it back up.
Okay, so you weren't talking about that you were already previously had a contract and you were looking when to.
No, we're looking to say, when are we going to enter out of this zone? And then as we enter into this zone and the stock goes back up, we're looking to take profits right here.
But would you have, as it breaks down onto the downside first, are you looking, you yourself, because you're experienced, you're probably picking up puts and then liquidating the puts and buying calls.
Exactly. So what I'm looking for, say for example tomorrow, what I'm looking for is I'm looking to see what happens when the stock price comes down to this goal line, roughly around this 504 area. Okay. If it breaks this 504 area, come back up here and retest and starts to push down, that's the opportunity for enter into puts and take puts if I want to swing trade it. I can day trade it, get in, scalp it, get out, right? But if I swing trade it, I can potentially take these puts down to this demand zone. As soon as it gets to this demand zone, I'm getting out. So I have the opportunity to take this stock from 503, 504, all the way down here to maybe 498. Maybe a $5 push down, right? And then when it gets here to this demand zone, I get out immediately. And now I sit there and wait for the price action around this 496 area. If the price action pushes up, that's a good sign. The longer we sit around here, I buy call contracts to bring it back up to this area right here. If it pushes down, I know we can potentially go down through this demand zone. But would I play puts going down if it breaks through this level right here? No, I would not. The reason why I wouldn't play it is because I do not buy puts in a demand zone. That makes sense, Edward?
Yes.
Okay. So that's what go ahead.
To get out of that swing trade, that swing put option, do you have a stop loss in place?
Yep, I will have my stop loss set right back here above this line right here. So when I get into it, this is how it'll look. Let me see. Say I get in, I'm gonna make a circle. Say I get in right here with that circles that I just made. I will have my stop loss set right above this goal line. Protected. Okay? So I'm saying, okay, I'm willing to lose this amount of money. And my target for my profit
is the bottom goal.
It's right here.
Man,
as soon as I hit that demand zone, I want to get out.
Gotcha.
Yep. And then now I'm doing the same thing on the opposite end. Now I'm looking on the opposite end. If price action tells me, hey, we're sitting around this goal line, I enter in right there, have my stop loss set right here underneath this goal line, and I have profit taking, and I'm looking at that profit right there.
Okay.
That's how I'm looking to play over the next couple of days, the current price action that we're at. And all of this takes place if we break this 504 and retest this 50. We break 504, retest 504, boom, start to push down. Chris will enter into a put, tight stop loss right above 504, looking to take it down. And I'll probably get out well before this 498 area, but I'm going to make some profit, get out, and then I'm going to sit back and wait for price action around 496 to happen. Okay. Miss Steele said something major in the chat. She said, learning to trust the zones is a battle within itself once identified. Very true. And what she means by that is this. When this stock right here goes up and then it comes back down, every bone in your body is telling you to buy puts right here. Why? Because we had a huge push down. Big boy red, big boy red, big boy red, huge red candlesticks. So everything in your body is telling you, hey, Chris, this is a red. The market is going down. But the reality is the play to the downside has already happened. We ran into a location where the buyers are sitting at. You have to trust yourself and believe in yourself that you're making the right decision. That's the number one thing when it comes to trading stock options or anything. Will you trust your technical analysis? Will you trust yourself? And everybody, I'm telling you right now, it's going to take time for you to trust yourself. You're not going to wake up and start trusting yourself. Trust and believe you're not. Okay? You know how many plays I miss because I'm like this. Okay, it's coming down to this. Okay, it's at the level. Get in, Chris. I'm going to wait a couple minutes. I'm going to wait. And while I'm waiting, that thing just going up and away. Then I sit there and say, okay, I'm going to get in now. As soon as I get in, what happens? Pew! Right back down because I waited so long to get into my play and it just went the opposite way on me. Okay? All right, everybody. All right, so what I want to do is this. I want everyone, okay, for homework, If you have TradingView, congratulations. Smart money concept. You saw all those demand zones and supply zones I found just now. I didn't find them. I was using the smart money concept supply and demand zones. And you see how they work like a charm? See how beautiful they are? Okay, but I do want you to learn how to create them on your own. That's why I showed you how to identify them. Okay, so for homework tonight, tonight or the next over the week, I want you all to identify supply and demand zones. Just go through every stock you possibly can. On your watch list, put up the S&P 500, put up the Dow Jones, just go through those stocks, identifying supply and demand zones. Everybody, listen to what I'm saying. The faster that you can learn to identify supply and demand zones, the more interesting your paper trading is going to become, and the faster you will start trading real money. Okay? All right, everybody. So tomorrow morning, you all will receive a text message and an email. You have live trading tomorrow morning at 9:15 with JT. Okay, and she loves supply and demand zones, so she's gonna be breaking down supply and demand to you as well. But she's gonna be trading her real account, for live trading tomorrow morning from 9:15 to 11. Okay. All right, everyone. And if you want to, you do not have to. If you want to, I'm going to give everyone the link right now because we're about to go into our season group right now for our call tonight. About to jump in there right now. If you want to jump in and be a part of that, here's the link for it. If you want to hang around a bit, here's the link for it. Go ahead and join into that one as well, to our on that call as well, okay? All right, everybody. And this was recorded. It's going to be in the portal sometime tomorrow. All right. All right, everyone. Listen, you all have a good night, and I will talk to you guys. I will talk to you Wednesday unless you have any questions. Make sure you're in the Discord chat, everybody. Okay. Make sure you're in the Discord chat. Talk to us in the Discord chat. Ask questions and all that good stuff. All right. All right, everybody. Go ahead and click that link now. Take that link and click that link now if you want to jump over.
Thanks, Chris.
All right, then, Chris.
All right. See y'all. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. They probably like, Chris, where you at, man? What's taking you so long to join on in? All right. What's going on, YouTube? How y'all doing? If this is some good stuff, YouTube, put it one in the chat. What we're going over right now, this is our what you just saw just now was the new people that came into our year-long program or our lifetime mentorship program. That was their first night here. And that was their first night. And what you're about to see right now is we're about to go through our experience group. Okay. So every Monday we have multiple classes in the evening time. So what we're about to do right now, we're going into our, one second. Boom, 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 boom. There you go. So right now, what you're about to see on YouTube, this is our season class. Okay, this is our class of our traders that has been trading with me for a long time. So every Monday we have a session where we go through the market, looking at plays and all that good stuff. So that's what you're about to see right now. Okay. I'm sorry, Shining Star. This is only for the people that's in the mentorship program. I'm just giving you all a sneak peek. All right, let's see. How is everyone doing? Can everybody hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah, we got you.
That's good. That's good. That's good. How y'all doing today? I see we have Miss Kelly. How you doing? We got Greg, Jason, got Miss Kim, Markeisha, Marvin. Yep, Markeisha. I'm working on that for you tonight. It'll be done tonight as well. So tomorrow morning when you wake up, you should be able to go to that link and you'll be able to see everything. Miss Johnson, what's going on? Misha, what's going on? Ryan, what's going on? Miss Kelly V, how you doing? Alicia, how the baby doing? Alicia, Miss Alicia, was she on? I don't think she has a mic on yet. We got Xavier, how you doing? All right, let's see. Okay. All right, everybody, let's talk. Let's go over some wins and losses. Anyone have any wins and losses they want to discuss? Any wins and losses, wins or losses that you all want to tell us about? The floor is open. Any wins or losses?
Hey, Chris. Hey, I was just over on your Facebook watching your supply and demand and order blocks, and you talking about how you made your money off the supply and demand zones today. I did the exact same thing. So I watched it. I watched it head down. That was when I did my analysis for the day.
Mm-hmm.
I was waiting. My points of interest were going to be when it dropped way back down into the supply zone, and it did. I think it was about 10 a.m. or so, or I guess that would be 11 a.m. your time.
Mm-hmm.
And it did it just like you were saying in the Facebook group. It did it 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times, and it took that long before it finally broke through. So it was quite a few wins today. It was a good day.
Good stuff. Congratulations. So listen, so were you trading options or futures? Which one? Or both?
No, I was doing futures. I've moved full time to futures.
Yeah.
I'm full-time futures now and working with the prop firm account.
Okay.
And so I don't usually talk money, but to let you know, to get you excited about how things that went, I made $1,500 today.
Let's go. Let's
And
go.
That was probably in 30 minutes.
Woo! Let's go. And basically, you just play supply and demand zones.
That was 100% what I did today.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
How does it feel though, Ryan? Because when did you come in? About what? 3, 4?
It was October.
October, 3 months ago, right? 4 months ago.
3 months, yeah. It feels good, but I'll tell you, man, it still feels like anytime you get into that trade, even if you know your analysis is right, it's like you're getting ready to crest over that hill in the front row of the roller coaster. So, it's all about the risk management, which I still struggle with because, if I needed to go up, I'm getting underneath my computer screen and blowing it. So it's the risk management, my discipline. I'm still, the discipline's what's stopping me right now. That's what's holding me back.
Exactly. That discipline is something else. I tell you that much, right? And it's a process, right? So, you all go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I should.
All right. So we have our book club that we're starting our book club, and everybody in here, you all will be a part. You all are already a part of it. So, in that book club, what we're going to focus on is we're going deep into books and learning about other people's thought processes of the market, right? So the first one that we're going to read is Trading in the Zone with by Mark Douglas. Okay, Trading in the Zone with Mark Douglas. That book has helped me out a lot. Okay, book has helped me out a lot, and it kind of shows you and break down things about just understanding the market and how to truly get that psychology down pat. Okay, and one of the books that I'm writing right now is focusing heavily on psychology because it's major. Okay, it's major. It starts in March, the first week of March, Miss Michelle. You'll get a text and email about that. It starts off. We're gonna start off with that psychology because once you understand that psychology, it's going to be everything to you. Once you can just get into a trade and understand, hey, I'm okay losing XYZ. It's going to make your life 10 times better. Okay?
Hey, right. Chris.
Good stuff, Ryan.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Dame. Go ahead. But good stuff. Just telling Dame, Ryan, good stuff.
I want to piggyback what you speaking on right now.
Mm-hmm.
Man, listen, I went on this. I had 16 green trades in a row.
Let's go.
But hold on. Yeah, it's been good. But today I went in. Well, I went in this morning. I made $100, and I was like, I'm gonna be done.
Mm-hmm.
And then later in that afternoon, I was like, I need to lose. You know what I mean? I didn't say that. I thought that, and I got like as soon as I got in on the position, it was coming out of the demand zone. I saw everything. That's why the what is it? I saw everything set up right, and I knew I was like, look, I should be patient and wait, because I know this thing's gonna probably sweep something, and it did, and it swept my behind. Like I knew it was a 16-day run, and I was like, I gotta lose at some point, And I was like, I started hating this trade. Like we got a trade. I don't know if you know about it. We're on the trading challenge, and I can't wait for this to be over because I'm too afraid to make a mistake to lose.
Yeah.
But I said to myself, I need to lose. I need to lose today, and sure enough, as soon as I got in the position, it crashed down, tapped me out, and went up. I was like, oh man, it got me. And that was me. That was me thinking that. Like, my psychology was there. Like, I need to lose.
And the reason why is because for some reason, right? You couldn't fathom it. It doesn't feel real to you that you won 16 trades in a row. And you've seen whatever your account started with, your account balance has grown. And when you wake up every single morning and you look at that account balance and then you look back at where it started at, you don't believe that it's true. You're like, listen, this is not possible. It's not true. I haven't done this for almost 3 weeks straight of wins and my account balance is going up. It's not real. I'm about to just lose it all. You just walk out and say, I'm going to lose it all. Take it down, right? And you just say, Boom, and you lose. But you have to understand, bruh, you did amazing. How did it feel those 16 days, though? Those 16 trades, how did it feel winning 16 trades in a row?
I gotta be honest, like each time I was like, it's coming. It's coming.
Mm-hmm. That loss is coming.
Each time I was like, it's coming. It felt like I was getting closer and closer to it. And then today was the biggest loss. I was like, oh, God. Yeah.
Yeah.
It came like in a big way. And then it went the other way. Like it was like, oh, we in.
Yeah.
Boom. And then just shot up there. I was like, oh, my God. This thing just knew I was coming. Knew I was going in on the call, huh?
Yeah.
Like, you should see how fast it moved. I never seen it, sitting in a demand zone like that. I was like, wait a minute. It already swept the low and it just came back and got me and went the other way.
Yeah. So this is what I would say. Remember, when you go on a win streak, keep in the back of your mind a loss is coming. So that's great. A loss is coming. But what you want to realize is this: that loss does not have to be a big loss. It's coming because you have to lose. I mean, the loss is coming, right? I mean, I think Bernard went almost 2 to 3 months without losing, right? But it's coming. And when it comes, just sell. Take your loss and think about those 16 days. Because I'm going to tell you this. It's going to break your spirit if all of those 16 days of hard work is lost in one day. In one trade. It's going to break your spirit and you're going to feel like you started from scratch. I know this guy, he was, I think he started his account like $3,000. He got his account up to like $8,000, $9,000. But that $10,000 was a plateau. It was a wall. He couldn't get through that plateau. He could not get through that $10,000 wall. And when I sit there and say, he called me one day and I could hear it in his voice that his spirit was broken. I remember like it was yesterday. I was at Target. I was at Best Buy in Charlotte, up there in Huntersville, North Carolina. I went to that Best Buy up there. And he called me on the phone. He's like, man, Chris, I took my account from $3,000 all the way to $9,000, $10,000. And then I just remember me and you had that conversation and it was like that $10,000 mark. It's a plateau. It's a mental state in your mind. And he said, Chris, I lost about $7,000 there on Friday. And I heard in his voice, he was just hurt because now he had to start all the way back over. All of those days of him getting in the trades, getting out, setting stop losses, taking profit there, taking profit here, doing this, doing that. It was all wiped away on one Friday evening. Okay? So just know and understand a loss will come, but that loss does not have to be a huge loss. Okay? So hopefully it didn't wipe you out, Damien. Hopefully you still in the green. Okay? But if it did wipe you out, take it as a learning lesson. Okay? But good stuff, bro. Proud of you. Proud of you. Definitely proud of you. All right. Anyone else? Wins or losses? Wins or losses? Anyone else? Anyone else? Wins or losses? What's going on, Joseph?
What's going on, Chris? I had a little loss today. I FOMO'd into it. I had a perfect setup on AMD. Kind of got distracted. I was looking at another ticker when I was waiting for it to do what I was looking for. And in the midst of flipping back, it kind of went ahead and started to move. I still jumped in anyway, and it wasn't a good idea.
You got into a call?
Nah, AMD put, but I had caught it when it was close to the demand zone. And I didn't have much room on it. I didn't go in heavy, but it was I was playing with a 0 DTE, so the little pullback. I cut it short, but it wasn't a good idea. I could have just waited for a re-entry, a reposition or something. But I FOMO'd into it.
Yeah. And it happens. It definitely happens. It definitely happens. When I got into my first trade this morning, I didn't realize that we was stuck inside of a demand zone and a supply zone. I'm like, But long as you cut it short, that's the main thing. Everybody, it's very important to remember this. There's always another trade. There's always a next trade. Okay, it's not like it's the playoffs and if you lose, you got to go home to next year. No, another play can happen the next second if you want it to. Okay, don't bet the house on one trade. Okay, don't put everything into one trade. Don't try to make that one trade be so right that you sit there and lose it all because you wanted to be right in that one trade. Okay, but good stuff cutting that short, Joseph. Anyone else? Wins, losses, draws. Wins or losses. Anyone else? Anyone else?
Chris, this is Michelle. I made 195 today in AMD.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. How you doing? How you feeling? Talk to me. All the way from Charlotte, North Carolina.
I'm feeling good. I'm not saying 30 minutes in, and today I was like, you know what? How about just don't trade for the rest of the week? Because I'm up. The goal is was to increase our account by 50%, and I'm up 69% right now, and I'm just like, let me just ride it out till Friday.
So you guarantee yourself victory, right, for the month?
Yeah, it feels good though. It's finally starting to come together. This has been a month that a year. Mm-hmm. This month has been a year that I've been in the program, and I'm glad I did it.
Good stuff. And you're doing this working your full-time job, right?
Oh yeah. I usually try to trade between 9:30 and 11. Mm-hmm. But usually most of my trades are done by about 10:15, just because I have so much. I'm a nurse manager, and right. I've just got so much going on my unit that I can't sit and watch the trades all day.
That's good. Listen, I'm proud of you. You don't understand how proud I love when I see your posts in that checks. I know that you're working your full-time job and you're doing X, Y, Z. I remember one time I caught you with your camera off, with your camera on. I think you was at your desk in your office, maybe, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. But I saw you at the desk. I'm like, okay, she working and she on. She trying to get it. But I'm proud of you. Congratulations. And it feels great knowing that you're making money while you're at work. It feels great. It's feeling empowering. So if I say that word right. So congratulations. Good stuff.
Thank you.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Anyone else? Wins, losses, draws. Anyone else?
Hey, this is Greg. I took a L today with some FOMO on AMD.
AMD, what happened?
I actually got into a call. Thought I was catching the reversal going back up, but the thing ran out of gas on me.
What time?
I think it was, hold on one second. I got in at, it was 9:19.
Oh, so 10:19. So you in Texas, right?
Yes, it was 10:19 for you.
10:19. Got it. Let's see.
And I didn't wait. I didn't wait. I should have waited to make sure the 9 MA crossed the 21 on the 15 to be for sure. Going back the other way, but I did.
No, I see. You got stuck in it.
Trying to catch some of that bottom part going up.
Yeah, you got stuck in it.
All right, this brother's the man. Let's see if we go back all the way up to the high today. It didn't even go back up to the high today. Mm-hmm. It went back to the midpoint of yesterday. Yeah, just stayed there all day.
Yep, I see it right here. But I'm gonna be honest with you. That was a huge 5-minute candlestick you got in on. That was a big boy candlestick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a big boy candlestick. And then that thing just boom dropped down just like that. It kind of stayed there for the rest of the day though, but okay. But now that's
stayed right up and down. But then I'm like,
yep.
And then I was watching it, but I just, since we're in the channel, that's mainly what helped me, cut my losses. Just being in the channel has been so helpful for this whole run. Just like, I ain't gonna chance it.
Yep, exactly. Yep, that's the power of those challenges. It's like you don't want to mess up. I can't mess up, right? I'm not gonna blow an account. I'm not gonna lose too much money. XYZ. I'm going to cut my losses and all that good stuff. So that's good stuff. Good stuff. Congratulations. When I'm saying congratulations on cutting that loss, okay? Because everybody, sometimes a loss is a win. Trust me. You know how many times I sit there and been down? I could have took a loss of 300, end up taking a loss of 2,500. Whew. And the only thing I'm thinking about the rest of the night is man, I could have lost like $300. I lost $2,500. That's horrible, right? So good stuff. Good stuff. Anyone else? Anyone else? Anyone else?
Yeah, I got in the same type of play Greg got into.
What's up, Billy?
I
How
got
you
in
doing?
mine. What's up, man? I got in mine at 1024.
AMD?
But AMD. I stayed in mine. It's kind of consolidating right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm willing to take that chance to see if it's gonna shoot up or shoot down. I should have reacted instead of predicting and everything according to my fib. I went off that I hit a fib of mine. I'm like, yeah, that's gonna shoot up. So I should have seen how it reacted. It looked like the way the reaction was, it looked like it was gonna go up. But the way I thought it was gonna go is gonna come back to Friday's high. That's what I'm looking at, which is still possible.
Mm-hmm.
But it's looking like it's still kind of might be going more on the downside. I should have got out of it because if you can see, most of the day it never really broke that in the 15 minute to 9 or 21 EMA. It came up past it and came back down. So I'm gonna try to see how it looks by the end of the the morning pre-market and decide what I'm gonna do. But I think I'm gonna try to hold on. I mean, I got it till Friday, so
okay.
I'm gonna hold on to it. And what I may do is, it looks promising. I'm not gonna get the contract because I forgot this account is kind of small. So I took some L's this month. Everybody else doing good challenge, which I'm glad to hear. I kind of instead of winning 50% of my total, I think I got a 50% loss. But I'm not worrying about it. You got more time next month. It's a different month, so.
Yes, sir.
And then the month is not over yet either, so.
Yeah, it's definitely
I'm
not over
positive
yet.
that.
Definitely not
But
over
yeah,
yet.
my Robinhood account, yeah, I'm doing well. And the funny thing is like I care less about the money in that one. I'm making money in that account. So
that's good.
I just need to have that mind. Yeah, I need to have that mindset.
Yep. Had that same in that Robinhood account. You got long term.
Exactly.
You got long term in the Robinhood.
Yeah, I got some stocks I bought in Robinhood.
Mm-hmm.
But I sold some of my at Palantir probably over a year and a half, 2 years, and I finally sold it because I was down for so long and it went up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, man, I'm gonna just sell this and I'll use some of this money to transfer over or go ahead and use in options.
Okay.
And that's what I did. So I made some money, and I'm in also in a FedEx play and everything, which I was looking at was going up, but it started to shoot down. But I'm gonna hold on to that one as well. I made some money on it last one.
Okay.
So I'm gonna hold on to that.
Okay.
And go from there. So. Yeah.
All right. Good stuff.
That's it for me.
Good
Appreciate
stuff.
it.
Good stuff. No problem. Thank you, Billy. Good stuff. Now, AMD right now is looking. If it does shoot up tomorrow morning, it can go to that 177 mark. That 177 mark is the 15-minute supply zone. So we'll see what happens when you get to that 177 mark. So right now is actually looking. It looked pretty strong post-market. So that's a good signal for AMD. Good signal for AMD. We'll see what happens when it wakes up tomorrow morning. All right. So anyone else? Wins, losses, draws, anything else? Anyone else?
Hey Chris, how do you think what's your opinion on the market like right now after, all of the big news? Is it like normalizing? Is it like, what do you think?
Yeah, definitely. We about to jump into that right now, actually. About to jump into it right now. So, great question. Good transition. So for me, for today, I made $500 today. I was up $950 at one point. Got into a trade out of the 1 hour demand zone. Played it perfectly, actually. It bounced up, went up, then it came back down to the demand zone. Then I added a few more contracts. And I said, if it falls down a tad bit more, I'm gonna get out. Boom, fell down a tad bit more. I got out, and lo and behold, the thing shot right up, and then it fell back. Then eventually fell right back down. But end of the day, I made $500 for the day, so that's dope. That's pretty good, and that's on SPY. So let's talk about where we are in the market, everybody. Let's talk about where we are in the market and where we think this market is going. So before I say anything, anyone right now have any? First of all, Marsha, what's going on? How you doing, everybody? Where Marsha at? Marsha still in here? Or she left out already. I know I just saw Marsha's name. That might be Markeisha's name I was seeing. No, it say Marsha's iPhone. Marsha. Let's see. She might not be here right now. Anyway, everybody, Marsha been with us for a long time. She's like the first Miss Iola. How Miss Iola be making 100% return on investment. Marsha be in the QQQ swing, her and Kadar making about 70, 80,
Hey,
90,
my
100.
microphone wasn't working for some reason.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
That's good. I was just telling how you would be in the QQQ play back in the day and you making 100%, 200% and all that stuff.
I still do. That greed ain't good.
Now I'm glad you're able to jump in.
Yeah, I'm in a swing right now with QQQ and a call.
Okay.
I feel like it's look like it's forecasting to go back up and make another high. Remember, I had told you that I think on Friday, and it did just that. It went back, made a new high, came back down. So I was like, I feel like just based on the history, it's gonna go back and make another new high. So I'm gonna stay in it. I could have jumped out on Friday with a little over 45%, but you know me.
At least you try to push it to the limit.
You know I did. But if it go back, I'm going to jump out and get it something else. As long as I don't take a loss. Okay,
now that's good. I'm glad you're able to join us today.
Thank you.
All right. So everybody, anybody have thoughts on what they think the market is going to do? I'm going to open up the floor for you all to tell us what you think the market is going to do so we can kind of get an idea of what your thoughts are, what's your sentiments.
I think it's going to pull back some because a lot of the pump up from last week was based off of NVIDIA. And like AMD had no reason from internally from the company's point of view to go up over 6%.
Say that again.
So that's what.
Say that again.
Yeah. So it had no news to make it pump 6%. So I just feel like it's the hype is going right now.
Yep, good stuff. Anyone else? Anyone else's thoughts?
I'm going to agree.
Yeah, I agree too.
I think what SPY's done over the last week or so, it increased so greatly, so quickly. I think that market's coming back down to reflect all those orders it left behind. So I think we're going to be pulling back. I don't know how quickly we'll pull back, but it looks like it started today. It peaked out and started making its way down. So I think it's going to continue.
Okay, good stuff. What's going on, Herschel? Go ahead, Billy.
No, go ahead, Herschel. Go out.
No. Herschel's on Facebook. No, Herschel's somewhere else. Go ahead. It's on you, Billy.
I was just saying, just if you look talking about spot, I think it's gonna have a pullback. I mean, if you look at the monthly and the weekly time scales, you can see how it's pulled away from the 90, and you're gonna have your pullbacks. With the market structure as well. Like everybody's saying, you're gonna have your pullbacks. You got your fair value gaps and all that. So it just depends how far it's gonna pull back and go from there. And then you got a new month start next Friday. What was that, Thursday or Friday? So
I think next Thursday, yeah.
It's something to look at and everything. I don't know how far a pullback may be. It may come down maybe possibly to 480, somewhere down the line within the next month or two, I'm thinking.
Okay.
And then push up. I think it's gonna push up pretty strong within 3 or 4 month time span. And then it may keep running. We don't know, but I'm just going for what I'm seeing right now. And I just believe it's gonna have a pullback.
I got something for you too. So I put the stock in the box in a weekly time frame on the SPY. This thing has been running since October. It looks like October 30th or somewhere in October. Right?
Yeah, Halloween. Yep.
Yep, and it's been going since then on a weekly time frame, and it's broken outside of my box on the top side of the box. And if you want to go farther back, shoot, that low was at it's been bouncing off the box, and then it broke through. Had a retest, and let's see, hold on. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, we had a retest last week, and then it's coming back. It's coming back for a second time. It's coming back towards that box, the top of the box. So maybe come back down to 499. Even probably gets back, if it gets back inside and do what Billy said, like 480. That's what I think.
Okay.
Also,
Okay.
or if we get, let's be real. We got an election coming up. The time right now is to pull back for that election. Or the fall would be a great time to go back up. So I would say middle of the summer we're gonna be down, probably back below these levels for sure, or back to like 460s, 480s, and then shoot right back up. It's gonna all, I think, in my opinion, it's not financial advice, but I bet it's gonna line up come fall.
Okay.
Going on up. That's my opinion.
Understood. I love them. I like everything you all said. Everybody, let's break it down. Let's take a look at it and see what the story is telling us. Let's take a look at the short story, the short-term story. Let's take a look at the long-term story, and let's see where do we think this market is going to go. Everybody, you are exactly right. This market just went crazy off of NVIDIA earnings. Last week, the market literally, if you guys saw yet last week, soon as NVIDIA's earnings came out, everything NVIDIA did, the market did it as well. When NVIDIA fell down at first, the market fell down. Next thing you know, NVIDIA shot up. The whole entire market. I'm literally looking at my phone, and my watch list shows a line. Every single stock's line is going straight up, because NVIDIA pulled that weight with this AI buzz. So this is what's transpiring, in my personal opinion. FOMO is so in this market right now, where people feel like, I need to get into an AI play. If it's Broadcom, NVIDIA, AMD, whatever it is, I want to be in. That's where the FOMO is coming in right now. And the market just, boom, shot up, right? But this is the thing about this FOMO. Is it short-term FOMO or long-term FOMO? Chris, what do you mean by short-term FOMO or long-term FOMO? Are people entering into this stock right now because they understand, or this stock or stocks with an S on the end, because they understand over the course of 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 to 7 years where we currently are when it comes to a NVIDIA, to an AMD, to a MU, to any of these chips, or to any of these cloud-based companies, where we are right now, 10 years from now, it's going to be like, hey, do y'all remember when we was way down there and now we're all the way up here? People were just getting into their positions and getting their foundation in, because they're in on long-term plays. They're in for the long haul. Okay? So that pushed the market up. But now what's going to start to happen is, I believe we have to have a pullback. I've been screaming this pullback for a long time, and it still hasn't happened. I'm like, holy crap, what's going on? But we understand a pullback has to come, because on the week time frame, the WEEK time frame, SPY is oversold. I mean, overbought. It's redlining right now. It's at 74. It's above 70. So we do know a pullback is going to come, right? But the question is, we need a catalyst for a strong pullback. And right now, everybody, when I say a catalyst, we need a catalyst right now. There's nothing that's really pulling this market down except for it being overbought. There's no negative news that's coming out saying the market is oversold. I mean, or not oversold, but it's going to force the market to do a pullback. We can attest to that, because when CPI data came in hot, the market fell down one day and it was a new high the next day. There's nothing in the investor's mind right now that's telling them that the stock is going back to a 450 or a 460 or a 470. They don't see it. The only catalyst that can push us back there is if inflation goes crazy up and the Fed say they're going to raise rates again. That's the only way we'd go back down to those numbers. But in the meantime, we're going to see, in my personal opinion, we're going to see small, slight pullbacks. Then we're going to see a small push up, a small little pullback, small push up, small little pullback, small push up. We're going to see consolidations and a little trimming off of some. But it's going to be hard for us to go back down to a 450, 460, 470 type time frame. It's going to be real difficult unless we get a catalyst. Okay? And for some strange reason, right? For some strange reason, Marsha, could Dar just say you don't talk to him no more? Marsha, he say Marsha don't want to talk to you though. That's what Kadar just said.
He got my number. He needs to stop.
But with the market, everybody, without a catalyst, people, the market is just gonna really just trim off and not sell off. It's gonna be a small, maybe a 5 to 6, 7% sell off. 10% of 10% of what we at now is $50. So a 5% sell off would be what, $25. So we could potentially see this market fall down $20, $25 in my personal opinion. 5% sell off. So that would be what, 10? That'd be about 485. Possibly see the market go back down to that 485 range, somewhere down that place. But nothing major. This market wants to do what it wants to do, and it wants to go up. So don't fight it. Don't fight it. Yeah. Don't try to be the hero.
I have a quick question. I mean, y'all, you probably don't know if you know that. I'm just noticing like QQQ has been going up, but Apple's been dropping. I say probably the past 2 weeks, man. 2 months. Yeah. Apple has dropped, and Apple has done its pullback, but I guess everything else has been running kind of, pretty good for QQQ and Spot. I could see you running. I see where Spot will probably come back, but what I'm seeing right now, looking at my chart, it's a good possibility Apple would probably go up within the next month or two, and may hit that 200 again. Get back up to that 200, 210 area.
Oh yeah, ain't no May in it. It's gonna happen. Cause one thing, it's gonna happen. And the question is if you want to be a part of it. This is the week time frame. Then we're gonna jump into Spot. This is the 1 week time frame right here on Apple, everybody. What is Apple doing? Trading inside of a box on the 1 week time frame. Sitting there inside this box. Trading right there inside of a box. That's what Apple's doing on a 3 week time frame. So yeah, it's going to happen. Apple is not going to stay stagnant forever. Okay, it's not going to stay stagnant forever. And you got to think about this though. With Apple's at 181 right now. In 1 week, Apple can be at 200.
Yeah, once people start buying in, time frame, you can see the pullback real quick.
Right here.
Yeah. You see, I went up. It's coming. It's coming back down now.
Bearish candlestick.
Yeah, like you said.
Bearish and bearish. Yep. I see it. It's beautiful. Right there in front of your face. Right there. All right. So check this out, everybody. So, but I like Apple. First thing first. Everybody that's trading SPY, ES, anything that you're trading, okay? We have a 1 week time, a 3 year 1 week trend line. Look at this trend line on the week time frame. Goes back to like I think that was Damien saying October. Look at the trend line. 1 second. Okay. Right here, you see we have came up, ran up, came back to it, ran up, came back to it, ran up, came back to it, ran up, and right now we're sitting right here. We have been respecting this 1 year, this 3 year, 1 week trend line, everybody, ever since October. Everybody, if this stock comes back to the 3 year, 1 week trend line, what should you possibly be doing? 3 year, 1 week time frame. If it comes back and touch that trend line, what should you be doing?
Buying calls.
Buying calls. There you go. Exactly. Respect the trend line. Everybody, when a trend line forms, respect it. Set you
And your 9 EMA is your natural trend line on that if you look at it.
Exactly. And look how it is. It's riding right along beside it, right? They hand in hand, just sitting there. Okay? Now, that's on the 3-year, 1 week time frame. Come down here to the 1 hour time frame, a little bit more short term. Take a look at this setup right here. Somebody tell me what formation do you see right here? We have a beautiful head and shoulders happening.
Head and shoulders.
There you go, exactly. On the 1 hour time frame, it came right here. Shoulder, boom, come back. Head right here, fall down, boom. Make your shoulder right here, and boom. Coming down. So it's a strong possibility in the short term we could possibly come down some. Okay? Got a head and shoulder formation forming. Not saying it's going to work, it's going to follow through, but we do have that formation forming right now on SPY. Okay, we do have that formation forming right now on SPY. Okay, remember what I always tell everybody: when the market is falling down, this is your opportunity to get some money on puts and start preparing yourself for, and start building your account and preparing your account for the push back up. But remember, we make money to the upside or to the downside. Okay, so that's on the one right there. That's on the 1 hour time frame. Okay, next question is, where can we go? Where can we go? We was breaking this down earlier in the accelerator program. Take a look right here. Where can we go? All right. Focus on these orange lines right here. So right now, everybody, on SPY, when we're thinking about tomorrow, right now we see SPY close at 505.75. Okay, it closed at 505.75. What is the next place for it to go? Okay, what is the next place for it to go when it comes down? The next place for it to stop and come to on the 4 hour time frame is right around here, this 504 area. 504 has been a strong level of what? Support. It was resistance right here. It was resistance right here. And it was support right here. The last 3 times the stock has come to 504, it's been either a strong level of resistance or a strong level of support. So if this stock continues to fall down tomorrow, everybody, we're looking at this 504 area for this stock to come down here to this 504 area, and we want to see what price action is going to do when it comes to this area. Okay, and this is the 4 hour time frame. If you look right here, you can see this head and shoulder right here as well on the 4 hour time frame. Take a look right here. We up, come here, up, come back here, up, and boom, we're right here. Okay, y'all see that? 504 is an area we're looking for tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, if the stock opens up tomorrow morning at 504, that's what I'm saying. If the stock opens up tomorrow morning at 504, it's a strong possibility that this stock could bounce off of the 504 and go up. Okay? So remember, I always tell you, when you go into the next day of the market, you want to automatically have your plays already scheduled for you. 2 to 3 plays already in place. So one of my plays tomorrow is 504. If we're there tomorrow morning, I want to see what the price action look like, but it's a strong possibility we can push right back up off of that 504 mark and go looking at that 507, 508 area. Okay? That's one play. Another play. If it comes down tomorrow to this 504 area again, and if it comes down tomorrow to this 504 area and it breaks through, there's an entry point off of the retest. Retest that 504. If it retests that 504 and reject, then we can go all the way back down here to this demand zone right here. If it breaks that 504 area, we may have a clean path to 498. Okay, that clean path to 498 will finish that head and shoulders play. Y'all see that? Starts right there. Boom, come back here. Boom, go right there. Boom, come down, come right there. Boom, come all the way back down here. Somebody had a question? Sorry.
It's okay. Hey, I was gonna ask if you can draw out that head and shoulder pattern. Is that what you just did on the red?
Yep, that's what I just did on the red.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
No problem. Okay. So these are two of the plays that I'm looking for tomorrow at that 504 area. Okay. Like Master P say, that 5 to the O to the 4. You heard me? Okay. So I'm looking at that 504 area right here. Because we know this is a strong level. All right. Now, say for example, now if we do break this 504 area, I may potentially get into a put position with like a 30-day put play, right? Because if we break this 504 area, we're going to be breaking some structure and breaking some structure. Okay? And this market is kind of go back down and kind of just, go back to normal for a second, which is okay. All right? Next thing is this. If we come down, right, to this 496 area, to this 497, 498 area, I'm looking at a strong play. I want to see price action, what we just discussed over there in the accelerated program. I want to see price action when it gets down to this 496 area, this gold line right here. This gold line right here. Why is that level important? Okay. If we go all the way back here to February the 2nd, this was a strong level of resistance on February the 2nd. So what I'm doing right now, everybody, I'm just showing you some plays that I'm showing you locations where the buyers have been hanging around. Okay. The sellers was hanging around here at this 496 area right here. Then it fell back down and we finally broke through. But when it came back to this area, you see that the buyers were just hanging around this 496 area. Just hanging around 496. Then it bounced and went up. Then it came back down to this around this 496 area again. And you see the buyers just hanging around this 496 area. Just hanging around there. So if the stock does happen to break this 504 area, and it starts to come down towards this 497 area, of course, I'm going to get out as soon as it comes to this demand zone or right before this demand zone. But I'm looking for price action at 496 for a potential bounce back up to 500. Let me stop right there. Any questions? That makes sense? Any questions right there? Our win, we didn't force it. Oh, it's our win. We didn't force a trade today since we were busy. No, that's good, Marquise. Trust me, that's a win right there. Not forcing a trade. That's definitely a win. Not forcing a trade is a win. I'll take that any day of the week. Okay. So those are some plays that I'm looking at on SPY tomorrow. Okay. For SPY tomorrow, my first thing is to see what does price action look like around this 504 area. Okay. We all know the market is extremely oversold. Okay. The market is extremely oversold. And also on the 4-hour time frame, the momentum is starting to slow down an awful lot. The momentum is slowing down. You look down here, you see the momentum is just ticking downward. All right. And let me draw this right quick.
What indicator is that, Chris, you have down there?
MACD.
MACD?
Yep. I only use it. I only really use it for the
large time frame.
well, just for the just to show me the momentum. Yep, just to kind of show me the momentum. Okay, let me show you guys this right quick. Now, according to okay, now according to I didn't mean to do that. What was that at? I have no idea what that was at. It's right there. Okay. So according to the trend line now, right now, this trend line, okay, the 3-year, 1 week trend line is somewhere around that 496 and 497 area. Okay. So it's kind of coexisting with the demand zone. It's coexisting with this strong level of this was a little bit further down. This was inside down at 496. Oh, that's on the 1 hour time. We're on the 4 hour. Go back to the 4 hour. There we go. Okay, so that 3-year, 1 week time frame, as you can see, the trend line meets in the demand zone and at this strong level of support inside that demand zone at 496. Okay, and it's gonna kind of work its way back up as well. Okay, but listen, we're looking to see if this stock is going to get down to this demand zone right around here. Okay, and we want to keep an eye on this 3-year, 1 week time frame. Okay, right now I'm going to make plays anytime this stock comes to this 3-year, 1 week time frame, and I'm going to set my stop loss to be set a stop loss underneath it just in case I'm wrong, or just in case it breaks through. Okay, so that's SPY, and that's what I'm looking for tomorrow. 504 is the first thing. A break of 504 reject. I'm looking for a potential 1 or 2, 3 days maybe to get down to that 496 area. I'm looking to see what price action is going to do. Looking for a push back up. My whole SPY trade is played out. My whole SPY trades are played out throughout for the next week and a half, basically. All right. Any questions?
Yeah, Chris, I got a quick question about you said accelerated program was what class you was just in? Isn't that us?
Oh, so you guys are from October. We also have another accelerated program that started after you all. Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
Yep. No problem. Look at this right here, everybody. Look how beautiful this trend line is for on this week time frame. Look at this, everybody. This is beautiful.
Yeah, it kind of looked like a channel for real, Chris.
Yeah, I can do the upside. I was thinking about the same thing. I'm gonna draw that right. I'm gonna draw that next. Look, it looked beautiful, right? So right here, boom.
Yeah, it's just talking to you.
Yep, and then right there, boom. Come right there, boom. Come right here, boom. Come right here, boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 touches, 5 bounce off. 5 times it bounced off of it. And each touch, everybody, forms a demand zone. Y'all see that? Each touch is in a demand zone. Let's draw the channel to the upside now. Look at that. That's pretty, right? Isn't that pretty? Lord have mercy. Look how pretty that is. Look how pretty that is. This is the 1 week time frame. The MC Gusto, the big boy. Look at that. Up, down. Up, 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 down. Up, 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 down. Up, down, up. Let's see if it comes down here, back down here. And then if it comes back down here, everybody, what should we do? Boom, we should push up and go back to the top and make another high. And keep going up through this channel.
So hey Chris, real quick. So SPX, will this chart, like what you just charting, will it match and mirror exactly like SPX?
For the most part, only difference is SPX does not have any SPX doesn't have pre-market activity or post-market activity. So you'll see like less candlesticks, and you won't see any pre-market activity. You'll only see the actual stock market activity. But yes, when I'm trading, I'm looking at spot. Anytime I'm trading SPX, I never put my technical analysis on SPY. On SPX, I just put it on SPY. Okay. Yep. All right. Any other stocks you want us to take a look at while we here? Oh, pivots for tomorrow.
I got a question for you though, Chris.
Pivot point 506. 50152. Oh, thank you, Billy. Go ahead. Who had the question?
What are you thinking about Snowflake earnings this week?
I'm on the fence. Right? If the market pulls back, if the market is pulling back, I may not touch it because it could potentially push up, then fall right back down. If we kind of stall out, if the market's kind of consolidating, I may touch it. I think that they're going to go up. I think this is going to be the call where they actually provide more information on how they're going to be a major player in this AI push up. Okay, so I'm probably gonna put a couple thousand on it. I'm thinking about I'm out of my snow swing now, Miss Michelle. I'm probably gonna put a couple thousand. I'm thinking about putting about $2,000 on it, and taking that. And that's what I'm okay with losing that.
You helped me a lot with earnings when you kind of like gave me the mentality to have on it. Only really put in what you're willing to lose, like.
Yep.
And that'll just make you be able to walk away.
Exactly, because it's no technical analysis to it. I truly think it's Snowflake's time. Warren Buffett has $1.5 billion up. I think $1.5 billion for shares in Snowflake. I believe Snowflake is going to be a major player 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years down the road. You're going to see Snowflake as a major player in this whole AI space. Broadcom as well.
Well, bringing up Warren Buffett and speaking of him and the other billionaires, what do you think about them selling off a lot of their positions in their stock? Amazon and Meta, and the other one with Buffett, they sold over billions.
Yeah, that's what Edward asked the same question. They taking their profits. They took the stock from SPY from 409 to SPY went up $100. It's time to take profits, and they're going to take profits out of some of those companies. They're going to reinvest into some of the other companies, or they're going to sit it on the side and just hold it as cash until the market presents a better buying opportunity. So it's different things. It's different way. It makes sense. You got to always take profit. Never hold on to something too long. Just never grow an attachment with the stock where you hold on to it for too long and you miss out on the money because you have some type of attachment to it.
So that going toward that $6 trillion liquidity that you said that's just
waiting on the side to come back into the market. That's how you know this next move is going to be amazing. $6 trillion sitting there waiting for the opportunity, and everybody who had that $6 trillion on the side, they so upset they missed that AI push. And guess what? They gonna miss it the next time? No, sir. I know I wouldn't.
Appreciate you, Chris.
Go ahead.
So real quick, if you are gonna play Snow, how do you determine which contracts you're gonna go for? So would you go in the money, out the money? Would it be the 10 cent deltas times 10, or what's your
Yeah.
thought process?
So for snow, I would probably go somewhere close to the money. I wouldn't do in the money. I'd probably be like a couple contracts out, just because I want to go into my I want to go in the money as fast as possible, especially if it goes up. I want to go and max out my delta real fast if it pushes up, so I can be making a lot of money going up on the upside. But I've never played a snow earnings before a day in my life, right? I've never played snow at all, as far as like an earnings play. So I'm really on the fence about it. I don't. I just, if they don't give guidance saying they're going to do anything related to AI, it's really not going to do anything. I don't think, in my personal opinion. So only
So why are they kind of the talk of the town right now anyway?
they're not necessarily the talk of the town, but they are getting a lot of buzz just because what they're going to do as far as AI. They're a cloud database company where they just have data everywhere. So any company that wants to develop AI can connect with Snow, and Snow has the data to build that AI, to teach the AI to do whatever it needs to do. Because basically what AI is going to do is what? It's going to operate off of data. So Snow has the data, and Snow has the infrastructure for other companies to connect to their cloud and be able to unleash all that and receive all that data. And what Snow started last quarter, Snow started a subscription based type of model that allow companies to be able to gain their data off of a subscription base instead of having to actually purchase Snowflake with one lump sum one lump sum payment. Now they can do it on a subscription base. If they like it, they can stick with it. If they don't like it, they can just leave. So what we're going to find out about Snowflake, we're going to find out, okay, how did that subscription base work for Snowflake last quarter? How much people did they retain? How many people came in? And we're going to find out what's their plans with AI. And that's going to be one of the kickers for it. So I like Snowflake. I think they're going to be amazing in years to come. Just not sure about this earnings play about them, though.
Yes, I think Snow is pretty cool too, and it got a lot of potential to the upside. It had a high of 350, 384, so it still got a long way to go.
Yeah, I think it actually had a high of 14, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it has and that's one thing that's what's so attractive to me about it. Is like, it's nowhere close to where it was. Let me see you might be right. Let me see where it was at. I think it had at one point in time it had a high of 431. Had a high of 431 in 2020, and then 2021 it was at 400. And then from there it just kind of fell down and just into that channel. So and it just broke out. If you guys see my screen right here, you can see that it was inside of a wall. You got the strong low, you got the breaker structure. It broke structure, right? It broke structure, came back and did the retest on the breaker structure, and pushed back up, and it's holding strong. We will see. We will see. All right. Somebody else. Any other stocks you guys want to take a look at before we call it the night? Where's my charger? Any other stocks? QQQ.
Thank you.
All right, let's break down the QQQ. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Let's go to the 1 week. So the 1 week time frame, we have QQQ sitting right here. At resistance. And we have look like it's sitting right here inside of a box for the most part. right there for the most part. That's on the 1 week time frame. On the 1 day time frame, see what we got. And you see these red lines at the top of my screen right here? That's telling us that the stock is losing its momentum. It's losing momentum and it's overbought. Okay, that's what it's saying. It's losing momentum and it's overbought, that red line. Okay.
Is that a VWAP, Chris?
The red line?
Yeah.
No, it's the Knoxville divergence.
Okay.
Knoxville, what is it called? The Rob Brooker or Booker, one of them. Rob Brooker, Knoxville divergence. I use it on the larger time frames, like the 1 year, the 3 year, 1 week, and the 1 year, 1 day, and the 4 hour time frames. When you start seeing that, it can still run up, but normally when you see it on those time frames, the pullback is somewhere close. Okay, so the 1 year, 1 day, we hot. Let's see, go down to the 4 hour time frame. 4 hour time frame is interesting right here. It's holding support strong right here on the 4 hour time frame. Come over here. The 4 hour time frame is holding very, very strong right here. It's holding this 436 level, 435.83 level very strong. That's interesting right there. It's basically saying, listen, I'm not breaking beneath this level. Right here, it's been holding this level ever since February 9th. Not holding it, but it hit here February 9th, broke through, came back above. Hit here again on February the 22nd, held. Hit again on February 23rd, held. Hit again February 23rd, hit again February 26th and held. Came here on February 26th and it's holding. Then it's right here right now and it's holding as well. Okay? It's holding right here as well. It's a strong possibility we can see a bounce off of this level right here, pushing right back up to this 437. So from 435 up here to 437, that's a strong possibility to see what happens with that and see if it continues to push up, try to push it back up to that 440 area. That's a possibility. 1 hour time frame. The 1 hour time frame, we're in a strong supply zone. We're using that supply zone, all this flashing red. The red is a supply zone. So right now, we're in a strong supply zone on SPY. Not SPY, but QQQ. And we haven't been able to break this supply zone. So from that 437 all the way to 440. 437 to 440.60. This is a 1 hour supply zone. And as you can see, ever since we came into the supply zone, made this high as 440, we pushed down, then we pushed back up, then we fell back down. And this is the thing about it. This push down right here gives us a downward trend line. But right here, we've been bounced. Every time we fall back down, we fall right where? Right back down to this support level. Okay, we're falling right back down here to this support level. So QQQ support-wise has been holding extremely strong right here. Extremely strong. So the buyers, we know the buyers have been here ever since Thursday, February the 22nd, and they have not let that stock fall beneath this level. So right now, this could show us, hey, we're going to have a nice push-up over. We could potentially have a bounce overnight to the upside. But then we have to think about, we do have resistance and we have a downward trend line right here as well, around this 437 area. Okay, so if it doesn't break above this 437 area tomorrow, I would kind of be saying the gas is running out, and eventually we're going to push down and break through this support level right here, potentially. Okay, so right now, I would say potentially tomorrow we may see a nice push up overnight for QQQ. But if QQQ does not break through that 437 area or does not break through this trend line right here on the 1 hour time frame, we could be seeing a rejection, then eventually a push down through that 436. And if we do see a push down through this 436 on QQQ, it's going to drag the market down right along with it. Okay, it's going to drag the market down right along with it. That's what I see on QQQ. But if it push ups and break through this, it should go up there and potentially test these highs. But the thing about it is, it's in the demand, it's in the supply zone. Okay, I personally stay away from calls if it's in the supply zone, unless I'm already in calls. Okay, and I'm in for it. I got some time for let it ride. All right. Google SMCI. Alicia, stay away from it. Stay away from it.
That's head and shoulders on QQQ also,
huh? Yeah, I guess you can say that. Let's take a look. Up, down, up, down, up. Yeah. It's a little interesting, right? It's a little interesting, but it's something there. It's something there. The reason why I say stay away from SMCI, listen, that thing is massive. You can be in it it can take your money extremely too fast. Too fast. When it runs now. But that can take your money too fast. It's too volatile. Too volatile, in my personal opinion. I'm afraid to touch that one. I trade SPX. I'm afraid to touch it. Google, yes, it's more volatile than SPX. So Google fell off 6% today. Google just had red bars all day. And this is really what drove the market down. And this is interesting, though, everybody. This is very, very, very interesting. This is how you know this market right now is like, we strong and holding tight. The reason why the market fell down for the most part is because of Google losing 6% today. That's why the market fell down for the most part today, because Google fell down 6% today, right? But if you go back and look at SPY, it struggled to fall down. Like it took every ounce of pulling SPY to fall down. SPY did not want to fall down today. Google forced it to fall because it fell down 6%. The reason why it fell down 6% is based off of AI. So it was something, I read an article about it earlier today. It was something about Google's AI. Something happened there and it forced them, and the market fell down. That's why Google fell off today. Buying opportunity, of course. I mean, it fell down, 144 down to 137. Fell down almost $7 roughly. So could it be a possible buying opportunity? It could be. It could be a buying opportunity for Google, and it goes right back up here to this level right here. And when it fell down, let's see where it fell to. Look at that. Fell right back down here. Hasn't been to this area right here since February the 2nd. Almost 24 days ago. We will see. Only difference is right here when it fell down, it was oversold right here when it fell down. Right now, this big fall that just happened on Google, and it's still not oversold on a 1 hour time frame. Still not so oversold in a 4 hour time frame either. So that's interesting. So it may still have some room to run to the downside. But we see how big that move was. So before I move forward, we see how that move was on SPY on Google just now in a 1 hour time frame. And you look at, and now you go up here and look at SPY. SPY struggled all day to fall down on a 1 hour time frame. Look right here. Look at all these wicks. That's a wick to push it back up. Fall down, big boy wick to push it back up. Try to push back up again. It rejects, push down. Come down here eventually, goes down here. And right now, post market, it's just sitting right here. And then it has a strong 1 hour candlestick right here. This 1 hour candlestick, everybody, is going to be very interesting when we wake up tomorrow morning. Very interesting tomorrow morning when we wake up. Okay, take a look at the video. Didn't the video go up today like a couple dollars, if I'm not mistaken? It went up $13 today in the video? Did it? No, I don't think so. What did the video do today? Oh, it did, and it sold off. It went up, then it sold off at the end of the day. I like the video. I mean, that's really all we can say about the videos. I like it. I mean, I love it. I would love for it to fall down, right, and give a better buying opportunity. But at the same time, is it a such thing as a better buying opportunity on the video right now? So if you look right here, I'm sure it is. But if you look right here on the video, ever since this last push up, we found a floor right here, and for the most part, we have a ceiling right around here. So remember, what have we learned about the stock market? The stock market does what, everybody? It runs up. If it's in an upward trend, it runs up, boom, 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 make money, and then it starts doing what? Consolidate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this box right here on 1 hour box right here on SPY. On the video. And we're going to see when it breaks out to the upside or to the downside. Remember, the stock market runs up, then it consolidates. While the stock market is consolidating, everybody, do not get caught in consolidation trying to do a trend trade to the upside or the downside and then lose your money. When you find a consolidation, you find a box. When you find a box, you find your breakout place. Once you find your breakout place, you find your entry point. Once you find your entry point, you take that baby and you let it ride. Let it do whatever it's going to do. Okay, if you're scalping it, swinging it, whatever you day trading it, whatever you're doing. Okay? All right, everybody. All right. So everyone, if you're in the accelerated program, as far as not the October class, but the December and the new class that started tonight, you will be trading live tomorrow morning with JT at 9:15. Everybody else, that's all. I call y'all the old heads. I will see you all tomorrow morning at 9:15 for some live trading action, okay? All right, any questions before we get out of here? Any questions? All right, good people. Well, listen, everybody, you all have a good one.
You do the same.
All right, you all have a good one. I'll see you tomorrow.
Hey, good night, everybody.
All right, good night, everybody.
Thanks, Bruce.
Good night, everyone.
Yeah, thanks, Chris.
Thank you. All right, not Facebook, but yeah, it is Facebook too. All right, I lost my train of thought that fast. YouTube, that's what I meant. YouTube and Facebook. Hope you all enjoyed this session. Hope you guys gained some insight on how we in our program, our mentorship program, how we go through the market, and we do this almost on a nightly basis almost, but go through the market, breaking down this market, preparing ourselves for the upcoming market so we can have better entries into the market and have better entries into the market, have exits to the market, but going into the market with a strategy. I hope this makes sense for everybody. Okay. And if you're new here, remember everybody, March 25th through the 29th is our next 5-day mastermind where I break all this stuff down to you from A to Z. Okay, break everything down to you from A to Z. Okay, so listen, everybody. Listen, you guys have a good one. All praise to the Most High. I will see you next time. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button as well. All right, everybody. Y'all have a good one.